In this session, we are going to discuss with working with Selenium IDE. So what does it mean working with Selenium IDE? So it involves downloading Selenium IDE, installation, and using IDE record and playback, create and run the scripts. Record or create and run the scripts. So these are the things we are going to work with Selenium IDE. Okay, so let's talk about downloading the Selenium IDE. Go to a google.com. Okay, you can type for download Selenium IDE. Make sure you type Selenium IDE and go to the site. Download Selenium IDE and make sure that you are on the seleniumhq.org. Okay, seleniumhq.org is the official site for Selenium. So whatever the downloads you require for Selenium, make sure you download from this site so that you are confident that there is no virus, all those stuff will be there. Okay, I'm just clicking on this download Selenium IDE, and it is a very big page. Can you see that? It's a very big page. Okay, so now you search for Selenium IDE. Do Control F and type Selenium space IDE, and you can see Selenium IDE here. For downloading the latest version, you click on 2.9.0. Okay, and for the old versions, previous version, so you can click here. Okay, we want to work on latest version. Let's click on this one, this link. Just when you click on allow it, and install it, make sure you download from the Firefox browser. If you download from Chrome or different other browsers, you are going to get a .xpi file, and that .xpi file you require to drag it to Firefox browser. You have to do all those things. If you are downloading directly from the Selenium IDE, if you are downloading directly from the Firefox browser, so you don't need to do anything, just have to follow the instructions which are given by the Firefox browser. Okay, and that's it, we have done. We downloaded the Selenium IDE and the installation is also done. So what we require to remember here is that Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. Okay, it's a Firefox plugin. That means that it means you can only install on Firefox browser. Okay, Firefox plugins can be installed to Firefox browser, right? How can you install Firefox plugin to a Chrome browser? It's not possible. Okay, so once you restart your Firefox browser, you can able to see a Selenium IDE icon here. Okay, you can see that. So let's try to perform some operations on the Firefox browser and see what happens on the Selenium IDE. When you open the Selenium IDE from the Firefox browser, by default it will be in a recording mode. Remember that it will be in a recording mode. Whatever the operations you are going to perform on the Firefox browser, you are going to see all those operations are recorded in the Selenium IDE. Let's see one by one. So let me open a website. Start mortgage calculator.org. Let's type something here. 1000 and 200, 5, 15, December, 1.5, 1.2, and finally click on the calculate button. Can you see here all those operations whatever I performed on the browser, which is recorded here? Okay, so let's take some notes here. So this you understood, right? Whatever the operations which I performed on the browser, all those operations were which are recorded here. So we'll be come back to the Selenium IDE and we'll understand what it has recorded and how it is recorded. We are going to discuss all those stuff. Just before that, let's take some notes. So what we have discussed, Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. It means you can only install Firefox browsers. Okay. So Selenium IDE cannot be installed to Safari, Chrome, IE or any other browsers. Remember that. Okay. It's a IDE. It's a Firefox plugin. This Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. That means that you can only install to Firefox browsers. That's it. There is no support for other browsers. First point. Second thing is that Selenium IDE records user actions only from Firefox browser. What does it mean? If I try to open a Chrome browser, and if I perform some operations on the Chrome browser, this IDE will not record any action. This IDE will not record any actions. If you want, I can show you. Let's say, see now. Okay, let's see. I'm opening the same website. It's a Chrome browser. Can you see? I typed many things. Did you see anything is recorded here? No, right? So it means that Selenium IDE records user actions only from Firefox browser. Remember that. This is one thing people often ask me. Selenium IDE scripts can be executed on Firefox browser without any difficulty. Okay. Selenium IDE scripts can also be executed on other browsers with the help of Selenium standalone server. Okay, so this step we are going to see it later because we have to understand Selenium standalone server, how to run it, how to open it, how to download it. There are many stuffs which are involved here, which once we done with WebDriver, other stuff, we'll come back to here and we'll learn it. But right now, remember that Selenium IDE scripts can be executed on Firefox browser as well as with other browsers by doing some extra modifications or extra stuff. Okay. For running the scripts on Firefox browser, you don't need to do anything. You just have to simply run it. So these are the points about Selenium IDE. So let's go back to, and one more thing. What else we can do with the Selenium IDE? Features of Selenium IDE. So let's discuss these features and apply these features onto the Selenium IDE tool. Okay. One is record the script, right? Which we have just done now. The second thing is that play the script and play or run the script. Save a script. And the fourth one is view the source code of the script. Export a test case to a desired language. what are the script you have written. You can also export that to a JavaScript. Okay, let's say you have recorded the script into like this. Okay, you have recorded the script like this. Okay, which you can able to export to a JavaScript or a Ruby script or whatever you want. Okay, that means that export a test case to a desired language. And also you can create test suite. Is nothing but Test suite is nothing but grouping the test cases into one single name. Okay, you can group multiple test cases into a test suite and give a name for that, like however you group a contacts, right, in the same way. And also exporting a test suite also you can able to export it, changing the format and view logs, change options, change default options. So these are the things we are going to discuss with Selenium IDE. So what we have discussed, let's summarize me what we have discussed till now. We have started downloading the Selenium IDE and we installed it to Firefox browser because it's a Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. And using IDE, we just recorded a script. And Selenium IDE is a Firefox plugin. That means that you can only install to Firefox browser. It records the user actions only from Firefox browser. And these scripts can be run on Firefox browser without doing anything. And to run on other browsers, you have to install the Selenium standalone server. That's one thing. And let's come back to the features of Selenium IDE. And these are the features of Selenium IDE. So in our next class, we are going to work with Selenium IDE features. We record a script and we save a script and we run it. We do all those stuff.